welcome to this EasyRx EasyVid on the EasyRx 3D Command Center and how to use the EasyRx 3D automated basing feature. We are currently logged in as a practice. We will be using an in-house lab in this example, but the Command Center and usage is the same for a commercial lab account. To get started, let's set up our preferred default options. For an in-house lab, we'll go to Account Settings. Under Account Settings, you can see an option labeled Automated 3D Services. For a commercial lab, we'll go to Configure and scroll down to see the Automated 3D Services option. This is where you will set up your default options such as processing type, trim type, model type, and thickness. Moving back to the practices side, you can see an additional option to select the labs you do not wish to process automated services if submitted to. One thing to note is the acronyms we use for our automated services. ABR is Automated Bracket Removal, ABS is Automated Basing Services, and ATP is Automated Trim Path. Now let's go through all the options. First, you will see processing type. There are two types of processing options, automatic and on-demand. Automatic means if you have automated services enabled, as scans are received into your account, the scans are sent automatically for processing unless the prescription or scan is marked not to send. For example, if you are using automated bracket removal, scans will automatically be scanned for brackets, and if brackets are present, they will automatically be removed. If you have automated basing enabled, the scan will have a base added based on your preferences, automatically. The other option is on demand. On demand means scans will not be processed automatically. You will choose which scans are processed at prescription or individual file level and which automated services the scans will receive. The 3D Command Center is one screen where all of your scans will be displayed, letting you quickly review and initiate the automated services you wish to use on scans. We'll review the Command Center later in this video. Next, you see the option if you are a practice for which lab, if you send a case, you do not want automated services to run. For example, if I only want the scans submitted to my in-house lab, then I would select all of the commercial labs I submit cases to not run automated services. If you are a commercial lab, all of the scans that are submitted to your lab will be processed. Next, if you are using automatic basing, you can specify your default trim and base type. For trim type, you can select horseshoe or minimal trimming. Horseshoe means that, as the name implies, that the model will trim into a horseshoe shape or as much trimming as possible. Minimal trimming means that the scan will be trimmed automatically with the least amount of trimming. For example, if there is a scan with the palette, automatic basing will keep the palette. Then there is model type. There are two types, hollow and regular. If you select hollow, you will see the option to set the default wall thickness and if you want to add drain holes to your models. Looking back at the processing type, if the processing type is set to on demand, then the default options for automatic basing are just default options. You will have the opportunity when you initiate automatic basing to change the automated basing setting when sending scans. If you have automatic set as the processing type, then every scan that comes in will be based to the default options that you've set. We think that the more common practice for setting up automated services will be to set the processing type to on demand, setting the default options, and then reviewing and adjusting based on the prescription and scan. After you have set up your options, let's move over to the 3D Command Center and review how to use it day to day. We'll move to EasyRx 3D in our menu bar and then move down to 3D Command Center. This dashboard will be where you will be working day to day. Let's break down what we're looking at on this screen. Starting on the left side, you see the patient name, the original file name, and the date the scan was received. The binocular icon allows you to view the prescription the scan is attached to. The status column allows you to request a scan be run through automated services and as the scan is being processed and when it's completed. You can see the services that were requested and completed on the scan, and then the status of the scan. You can download the file or view the finished file in EasyRx 3D. You can also see if the file has been printed. You can see that D-Demo has a few scans that are not complete. If you want to request the scan go through automated services, you would click the binoculars to review the prescription. You can see on this prescription, we're doing an Essex retainer for the upper arch. So we will go to the upper scan and click Request. If you would like to request automated bracket removal, you will select that. If you would like to request automated basing, you will select that and see your default base types. If you want to change any of these options, you will do so on this screen. Once you have all of the options as you would like them, you click Request. You can see the status has changed to sending. When the automated services begin, the status will change to processing. To recap, the workflow will be that you come to the 3D Command Center, view the prescription, and then request the necessary automated services. Let's take a look at a completed case. You can see this model has been completed. If you hover over the services, you can see the services that were requested, as well as the details of what were requested. You can download the completed file or click to open EasyRx 3D to view or edit the based model. You can see the automatically based model. If you go back to the 3D Command Center and click on the file name, you can view the original file. So here's the original file, and here's the file after going through the automated basing service. Even though the file went through the automated basing service, you can still edit the file in EasyRx 3D. So if you needed to, you can orient the model and edit as normal, using the refinement tools to refine the model, or using the artifact removal feature if there are any artifacts. You can also work with the finished files from the 3D Command Center. You can see I have enabled all of our 3D printer integrations. More than likely, you will only have one or two of these enabled. When you want to print a completed file, you will select the files you would like to print and select the 3D printer you want to send these files to. When you launch the printer software, it will download the completed files and pass that into your 3D printer. So you can download the completed file or send the completed file to your 3D printer. Now let's move to the STL print list. If you are familiar with working in EasyRx 3D, this list will be very familiar to you. Automatically based files will show on the STL print list, so you can access and print your automatically based files from the 3D Command Center or the STL print list. Moving back to the Command Center, let's quickly review requesting automated services for a file. Click Request, select the services you want ran on the file, adjust any default settings as needed, and click Request. It's as easy as that. You can filter any 3D based files, models not printed, or only original scans. We hope that the addition of the 3D Command Center and automated basing service will enhance your 3D workflow. If you have any questions or would like help getting set up with the EasyRx 3D Command Center or automated basing, please contact the EasyRx support team.